So white guilt. I'm going to say that I have zero. How about y'all?
I have zero.
Absolutely
Same
zero.
here.
All right, we may
As you
not
can
talk
tell
about
by
this.
my Twitter post, you could tell I have zero.
Yeah, fuck no, yeah. Yeah, no, zero. I don't think as the fact is like if you have white guilt, they can just call you racist, whether or not it's true. They can just call you racist, and then that's the end of the conversation. If you let it work, that's the end of the conversation. And I feel like black guys know this. That's why they do it, right? It's just like, oh, you racist. Like I remember, I was on a different panel, and there was a black guy on there, and he was just like, his counter to me was that I was racist, and I was like, okay, whatever. And then I kept saying what I was saying, and at that point, he had nothing. He just starts getting really emotional and just lashing out because he's not used to a conversation continuing past that point. You know what I'm saying? Like I remember, what was it, Tyre Nichols and a bunch of black guys unalived another black guy, and somehow they tried to make this like a race thing. You hear what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The fact is so many. This is a huge problem, and if white men are going to help black women, this is white guilt is something that we're just going to have to get past, because this whole you're racist, you're racist, you're racist. Oh well, you know what I'm saying? Like, am I racist or am I a statistics enthusiast? You get what I'm saying? And the second one is what I would call myself.
Yeah. The term racist was a communist term to shut down dissent and basically make white people demoralized. I've heard a lot of about this whole colonizer term and blah, blah, blah. Why wouldn't you want to be a colonizer? We built countries and infrastructure and all that. Like, wouldn't you want to be in a colonized environment? It's
Yeah,
ridiculous.
as opposed to just arid desert.
Yeah.
No, you're right. I don't. Colonizer is not the insult that they think it is. Not by.
I love being called a colonizer.
Yeah, like that means winner.
Yeah, definitely.
So
When a person can't argue facts, they've always got a default position, to throw the race thing in there, racist, whatever. Just
Yeah.
shows, that they don't have anything to stand on.
yeah, it's basically resorting to name calling. Hey, Fiberton. We can barely hear you. Say something again.
He still has his mic muted.
No, I saw him try to say something real quick.
Ah.
Fiberton, try talking again.
Is this
And we'll
better?
get- Yeah, I heard you there. Okay. What's up, buddy?
Nothing much. I was just saying I like the word conqueror.
I like Conqueror.
Conquistador.
I like Colonizer more because it's specific to us, but yeah, you're right. I like Conqueror too.
I say conquistador.
But that's the thing, is like if you're gonna call me a colonizer, what are you calling yourself?
Conquered bucks.
Yeah, if I'm a conqueror, you're conquered. If I'm a colonizer, you're colonized. You know what I'm saying? Like even cracker. Like that comes from cracking the whip.
Yeah, the only type of men that still complain about slavery is black men. So they have this defeatist conquered buck mindset.
Yeah. No, that really is interesting, that like how much black men let slavery be an entire part of their fucking identity.
Mm-hmm.
Like if that were part of my past, like part of my ancestors' past or whatever, that is not something that I would just embrace with my whole heart.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
have this whole, oh, we were enslaved for 400 years. Well, my people were enslaved by the Moors for 800 years, but you don't hear me whining all the time about the Moors. No, I don't care about that. I live for today.
Yeah. No, that's the thing, is like when I'm like I'm French, like, and we I guess we're essentially colonized by the Nazis during World
Yeah.
War II, right? But like
Yeah,
that's not
it's
something I
like-
talk about all the time, and that's not a huge part of my identity. Ultimately, I don't even really care. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, someone asked if you vetted me.
If I vetted him,
Yeah.
Fiberton's been around since I very first started on YouTube.
Privet, dobre utro.
Yeah.
Korusha utro, bratia sestria. There's my vet.
Yeah, Fiberton, I've known my very first panel when I was on another channel. Fiberton was on that panel. After a month, people kept asking me, like for a month, people kept asking me to make a channel, and then I made one. And he was one of the first guys there when I did. So yeah, no, Fiberton's totally cool and vetted everybody. I've actually known Fiberton, I think, longer than anybody else on this panel. So before this, we talked about divestment. If you want to say anything about that, you can. And now we're talking about white guilt.
I don't have any.
Okay. Yes. Yeah, I don't give a fuck about, no white guilt. Do not give a fuck. I feel bad about nothing.
Hell, my
My
family
family
didn't
came
even
here.
move to the
Yeah, my
1800s.
family came here from the Soviet Union. White guilt? What would I? It's impossible.
Yeah, that's my thing is like my family, or at least, the French side, which is the side I talk about more and everything. That's with the abolition of slavery, the upper class French that owned Louisiana now needed cheap labor since free labor was no longer accessible. And so they brought lower class French from actual France to Louisiana. That's my family was part of that wave. You know what I'm saying? Like we never owned slaves, and even if I'm descended from Soviet owned slaves, I still wouldn't fucking care because that's got nothing to do with me.
Nobody
Well,
in my family ever owned slaves, but we married some black women.
That's the thing is, it's like whenever people's talking about white people own slaves, you realize that was only like the very top 1%, right? Like you really think every fucking white guy owned a plantation? No.
No, it's
we
like
all
less
get
than 1%. And
yeah.
And
Like
when I
for
think
real,
about the word slave actually means white Eastern European.
yeah,
I mean,
Slavic.
They
Yeah,
they
Yeah,
culture appropriate the word. It
yeah.
doesn't mean anything but that. But thieves do what thieves do.
Lewis, you got anything?
Well, my family, I mean, hell, my family didn't even, they migrated from, or a lot of them migrated from Montreal area back in the 1800s. So time my family even got here, slavery was pretty
That's
much
what I'm saying. And I
over
feel
for
like
100 years.
most white guys you talk to have stories like that where it's like we didn't get here until after slavery was over anyway. Because there was like math. Hey, your camera's on. Because there was like math. Hey, your camera's on. Free labor.
Yeah, I mean, and pretty much most of the slave owners back when there was slavery, more or less came from England.
So, well, all right. If nobody has anything else to say about that,
I mean, obviously slavery's bad, but it's the past. So anyway.
yeah.
I
Well,
do
if anybody today had been a slave, maybe I'd care. But
I do want to bring up a thing about lynching, though. It wasn't because they were black. It's because black men were R-wording black and white women on average. That's why they had to.
my wife was talking about that yesterday, and you are right about that. Like that was a R-word punishment, not a black punishment. You know what I'm saying? The reason you saw so many black guys getting getting lynched is because they kept R-wording women. You know what I'm saying? So maybe don't do that. I shouldn't have to say that. But anyway,